The problem was I married a playboy. I married what I thought was going to be a union in which it was going to be what we wanted it to be. Somehow within that relationship, I lost my husband to Dwayne Martin, and they became better friends than what me and my husband did, and I couldn't understand that for the love of God. I got proof. You know,
what kind of proof?
My butler called and said, Mr. Martin is in the guest house and he's coming to the big house. And I thought that was disrespectful to even be in the guest house.
So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
You heard that right, folks. Lisa Raye is out here dropping bombs about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin that nobody saw coming. We're talking allegations that'll make your jaw hit the floor faster than I dive for the last slice of pizza.
Are you gripping when she's gobble, squabble, swabble, giving the bop, shoop-a-dop, bop, do ya, bop.
Okay, let's break this down. Word on the street is that some young artists might have gotten caught up in a situation that's more twisted than my hair after a windy day. And honey, it's not looking good for our A-list faves.
I've heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will.
Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh.
Now I know what you're thinking. Is this just gossip, or are we about to witness one of Hollywood's biggest scandals explode like my aunt's famous chili? Well, stick around because things are about to get messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. So let's start with Lisa Raye McCoy. You might remember her from the Players Club. Yeah, that Lisa Raye. Well, she's stirring the pot harder than I stir my morning coffee. She went on the Wendy Williams show and basically pointed the finger at Dwayne Martin for being the reason her marriage to Michael McKissick went south faster than birds in winter.
Somehow within that relationship, I lost my husband to Dwayne Martin, and they became better friends than what me and my husband did, and I couldn't understand that for the love of God.
Ouch. Lisa Raye didn't hold back, did she? She claimed Dwayne was introducing her hubby to women from her inner circle like it was some twisted matchmaking service. Talk about disrespect. She even called her ex a playboy. I mean, girl, we've all dated a player, but this is next level. Now, here's where it gets juicier than a ripe peach. This isn't the first time Dwayne's been rumored to be unusually close to a married man. For years, there's been whispers louder than my aunt at Thanksgiving dinner that Dwayne was introduced to some, let's say, interesting relationships by none other than the Fresh Prince himself, Will Smith. These two go way back, like my high school jeans that I still try to squeeze into. They met in 1993 when Dwayne guest starred on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. From there, they've been tighter than my skinny jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. We're talking a 30-year bromance that's had people raising eyebrows higher than my coffee intake on Monday mornings. Now, let's talk about Will Smith for a hot second. Back in 1993, he played a gay character in 6 Degrees of Separation. Coincidence? Maybe, but it definitely got people talking more than the latest TikTok trend. Both Will and Dwayne have denied the rumors faster than I deny my online shopping addiction to my boyfriend. Their marriages helped quiet things down, but you know how Hollywood is. There's always someone ready to spill the tea. Speaking of marriages, let's dive into Dwayne's relationship with Tisha Campbell. Talk about a roller coaster. Tisha spilled some tea that's hotter than my straightener on max settings. She said Dwayne proposed to her in the middle of the night at Denny's. I mean, nothing says romance like a Grand Slam breakfast, am I right? But hold on to your wigs because it gets messier. Tisha later claimed in court documents that Dwayne became abusive shortly after they tied the knot. She even asked the Martin writers to stop putting her in bed scenes with Martin Lawrence. Some fans think Dwayne was jealous of Tisha and Martin's on-screen chemistry. But why would he be jealous of Martin when the rumors were about him and Will? It's more confusing than trying to assemble IKEA furniture. Tisha later took to Instagram with a post that had people's detective hats on tighter than my jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. She wrote that the truth always comes out no matter how many times someone lies. When a fan commented, Tisha replied, "And you're right, they will lie till the end. The real kiki is people will stop believing them." She put Will in all caps, and honey, that set off more alarms than my morning wake-up call. Now, let's talk vacations, because apparently Will and Dwayne have been jet-setting more than I daydream about during work hours.
Tisha have like a real violent relationship.
And Dwayne's hi, honey.
Hey, y'all about to get her beat with a bag of oranges.
According to the rumor mill, these two have been living it up in Las Vegas, Miami, and there's even whispers about a private cruise in Trinidad. Meanwhile, Tisha and Jada are supposedly left at home like me when my friends go to brunch without me. An eyewitness even claims they saw Will and Dwayne dining at a Caribbean restaurant, rolling in and out together like they're filming Bad Boys 3 Caribbean Vacation.
Oh, let's saw this. Watch Will. Titty grab. Then he grabs his Will is
Carlton on television. Titty grab again, then the face, and now he's gonna grab his titty.
Apparently, Jada's not too thrilled about Will's boys' trips with Dwayne. I mean, can you blame her? If my man was gallivanting around the Caribbean without me, I'd be saltier than the ocean they're sailing on. Now, let's rewind to 2013 when Jada gave an interview that had people's ears perking up like my dog when I open a bag of chips. When asked about Will's sexuality, Jada's answer was vaguer than my excuses for not going to the gym. She said she encourages Will to be himself and live his truth. I don't know about you, but that's more open-ended than my last relationship. But wait, it gets wilder. There's a video floating around of actor Orlando Brown making some pretty intense claims.
He's tripping, bro. That be on some other shit, man. Like, straight the up. What are you talking about? You as a kid, you as a kid, and you raped all my kids, and you still.
I know, right? It's like a soap opera mixed with a conspiracy theory with a dash of what in the world am I watching? Orlando's out here claiming he's Will Smith's son and even saying he's the real Blanket Jackson. It's more confusing than trying to follow the plot of Inception. Now,
Trent, I'm your long-lost son, Trent. I'm aka Blanket Jackson.
Now, some fans are telling Orlando to seek help, saying he looks disturbed, but others, they're starting to wonder if there's some truth hidden in all this chaos. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. If the haystack was on fire and the needle was screaming conspiracy theories.
Real Will Smith. What are you talking about? Where's your mind at, man?
Here's the tea. The mainstream media has been quieter about this whole situation than my cat when I'm looking for him to give him a bath. Is it because Will Smith is America's sweetheart and no one wants to believe he could be involved in anything shady? Or is there something darker going on, like hush money and PR teams working overtime? Some fans are riding hard for Orlando, saying no one would make up being abused as a child. One fan said, "Ain't no one going to speak about being R as a child if it never happened." Another added, "Orlando Brown is telling the truth, he just acts crazy to play it off." It's a sensitive topic and it's got people more divided than pineapple on pizza. Now let's talk about those parties Will and Jada were supposedly hosting. Jaguar Wright spilled some tea that's hotter than my coffee on a Monday morning. She claims she saw some wild things going down during these mentorship sessions. It's got people side-eyeing Will and Jada's perfect couple image harder than I side-eye my ex's new girlfriend's Instagram.
Yeah. Believe that real by any means with all of that.
But hold on to your wigs, because there's more. Some people think Will and Jada might have had some help from none other than Diddy himself. Yeah, you heard that right. Rumor has it that wherever there's an underground party, Diddy's right there in the mix. And apparently, Will's been spotted right beside him more often than I hit the snooze button in the morning.
I would remember watching him come out of, one of my young boys' cribs. But then he would go and he would for my young boy and let my young boy use the Maserati.
Now, if all this is true, what's the deal with Jada? Is she in it for the fame? Industry insiders are spilling more tea than a clumsy waiter at high tea. Alexis Arquette even called Will out, saying Jada's just a cover-up. She wrote some pretty explosive stuff about Will's past and even hinted at some juicy details about Jada's preferences. It's like a Hollywood version of Clue, but instead of Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick, it's Will Smith in the closet with the sugar daddy. But the drama train doesn't stop there. Tisha Campbell has been throwing more shade than an umbrella factory. She's alleging that Will was involved in some seriously shady business with her male dancers.
How about worry about your daughter in bed at 13 with her 20-year-old boyfriend on the internet? How about worry about that? How about worry about your husband my male dancers, when they didn't want to? How about talk about that?
I mean, wow, that's an accusation spicier than my abuela's salsa recipe. Adding fuel to this already blazing fire, comedian Bert Kreischer shared a pretty awkward story about an encounter with Will during an audition.
And he liked me. He was like, let's go see a movie. I was like, okay.
Bert said Will invited him to watch a movie, but his dad warned him off, suggesting Will might have had other plans in mind.
And he was like, oh, buddy. He's trying to
It's like a Hollywood version of Stranger Danger. Now let's not forget about Diddy's alleged involvement in all this. Like Will, he's faced ongoing allegations about his behavior. There's talk about a certain circle in his entourage where young musicians are introduced to some pretty unsettling practices. It's more disturbing than finding out your favorite childhood show has a dark backstory.
Thing. Now that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's.
While there's There's no direct confirmation about Will Smith's involvement in any of this. The fact that people keep talking about it is like smoke, and where there's smoke, there's usually fire, or at least a really overcooked piece of toast. Fans have been going wild with theories. One said, "People assume that a celebrity wife does not know that her husband is gay, but I feel that in most cases, the wife knows is gay herself." They even listed off a bunch of celebrity couples. It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but make it 6 degrees of lavender marriage. Another fan theorized that Jada might be hinting at Will's sexuality now because she still wants that bag for the future. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Jaguar Wright isn't holding back either. She's calling Will out for being a total creep, saying young guys have been running from his mentorship program faster than I run to the sale rack at Sephora. And guess whose name keeps popping up? Yep, Diddy's back in the mix.
Meek Mills. Bashir Gray. Left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Even Brer Gray claims his career took a nosedive after crossing paths with Will Smith. Given Will's history with both men and women, it wouldn't be shocking if Gray was one of Will's romantic interests. It's like a real-life soap opera, but with more plot twists than a pretzel factory.
With my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So
now let's talk about Jaden Smith for a hot second. There's some speculation that he and Justin Bieber might be getting closer to coming out as a couple. They've known each other since they were kids, but lately they've been cozier than me in my blanket on a cold winter night. At Coachella, a fan caught some pretty shocking footage of them. Apparently Jaden was grinding on Justin, which made the Biebs turn around and smile. Then Justin seemed to lean in for a neck kiss. The internet exploded faster than a microwave burrito left in for too long. But that's not all, folks. The relationship between Will and Jaden has raised some eyebrows too. Will's been seen kissing Jaden on the lips multiple times, which has people wondering if there's more going on than just fatherly love. It's got fans questioning everything faster than I question my life choices after a late-night online shopping spree.
That shit we saw on Red Table Talk, oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
What I will say that I do know about the Smiths.
The public reaction has been mixed, to say the least. Some people are seriously uncomfortable with Will's affectionate behavior towards Jaden. One person commented, "That's disgusting. No one kisses their kids on the mouth like that, especially when the kids are teenagers. Yikes, that's harsher than my mom's criticism of my cooking." Jaguar Wright isn't holding back when it comes to Jada's parenting skills either. She's accusing Jada of turning a blind eye to what's going on with Jaden despite knowing the truth.
Don't be bad at everything.
Yeah.
You was an alright actress, you was a terrible wife, you was a bad mother.
And it looks like she's backing up Dwayne Martin's story too.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story, that could have happened?
Of course, everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking him to Poundtown.
But wait, there's more. YouTuber Tisha Campbell is throwing her hat into the ring, making some pretty serious allegations against Will Smith. She's claiming he harmed her male dancers when they didn't want to. You know, it's an accusation more explosive than my attempts at baking. And let's not forget about Quincy Jones. Recent revelations suggest he might have had a hand in influencing the preferences of high-profile figures like Will Smith and Tupac. It's like a Hollywood version of the butterfly effect, but with more glitter and gossip. Quincy's been spilling more tea than a clumsy waiter at high tea, revealing unexpected truths about celebs like James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, and Marvin Gaye. He even said Marlon Brando would F anything. Anything. He'd F a mailbox. I mean, I've heard of being open-minded, but that's taking it to a whole new level. There are even reports suggesting Quincy was getting it on with folks when he was 70. Talk about stamina. Some say he might have been a sort of guardian for men in the entertainment industry. It's like a secret society, but with more sequins and scandals. Now, Will Smith is shutting down these rumors faster than I shut down my alarm in the morning, but his alleged past relationships and all these revelations are pointing to something different. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle, but half the pieces are from a different box and the other half are covered in glitter. Whew, that was a lot to unpack, wasn't it? It's like trying to fit my entire wardrobe into a carry-on suitcase. Barely possible and bound to leave a mess. So what do you think, besties? Is there any truth to these wild allegations? Or is it all just Hollywood smoke and mirrors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more piping hot tea. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay curious, and remember, in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Goodbye, fiction. Goodbye.